Hello everyone! Welcome back to MindPop English. I am Emily, your host for today. If you are new here, I would like to tell you that we upload a new English learning video every day on our channel to help you improve your English faster. Today, I want to share something that can completely change the way you speak English. Imagine this. You are in a conversation, and someone asks you to describe your favorite place, your favorite person, or even something as simple as the food you ate today. Many learners freeze. They think, how do I explain this in English? They know some words, but they cannot put them together smoothly. This video is about solving that problem. By the end, you will know how to describe anything in English clearly, naturally, and fluently. And here's the good news. You don't need advanced grammar to start. You only need simple structures, powerful vocabulary, and practice with me step by step. Let's begin with a simple question. What does it mean to describe? To describe something is to give details about it, so another person can see it, feel it, or imagine it in their mind. For example, if I say, "This apple is red," I am describing color. If I say, "This apple is sweet and crunchy," I am describing taste and texture. Describing is just painting a picture with words. But why is this skill so important? Because in real life, people will ask you to describe things all the time. At work, you might need to describe a project. At school, you might describe an idea. In daily life, you describe your feelings, your home, your hobbies, or even the weather. If you cannot describe, your English will always feel limited. But once you learn this skill, your speaking becomes natural and flexible. So, how do we do it? We are going to break it down into 4 simple steps. Choose what you want to describe. Use the 5 senses: sight, sound, smell, taste, touch. Add feelings or opinions. Use simple connectors to organize your ideas. Let's practice right now. Step 1. Choose something. I'll choose my room. Step 2. Use the 5 senses. Sight. My room is small and bright. Sound. It is usually quiet except when cars pass outside. Smell. It smells fresh because I keep the window open. Touch. The bed is soft and warm. Step 3. Add feelings. I love my room because it feels peaceful. Step 4. Connect everything. Listen. My room is small and bright. It is usually quiet, except when cars pass outside. It smells fresh because I keep the window open. The bed is soft and warm. I love my room because it feels peaceful. Do you see how simple that is? I didn't use difficult words. I didn't use complicated grammar. But now, you can imagine my room in your mind. That is powerful communication. Now, let's try with something else. Food. I want you to think of your favorite food. Don't just say, "I like pizza." That's too short. Describe it. For example, pizza is round and colorful. The crust is crispy. the cheese is soft and stretchy, and the sauce is rich and sweet. When I eat pizza, I feel happy and satisfied. Suddenly, the listener understands not just what pizza is, but also how it feels to eat it. That is real description. Notice how I use simple adjectives: crispy, soft, stretchy, rich, sweet, happy, satisfied. You don't need big, complicated words. Even small, easy words are powerful when you use them together. Here's a small exercise for you. I will give you 3 things. You describe them using the steps we practiced. Are you ready? The 3 things are your phone, your best friend, and the weather today. Pause the video if you need time. Remember, use the 5 senses. Add your feelings or opinions. Connect the sentences. Let me give you quick examples. My phone. My phone is black and slim. The screen is bright and smooth to touch. It makes a small sound when a message comes. I use it every day, and I feel lost without it. My best friend. My best friend is tall and cheerful. He always smiles, and his voice is loud and full of energy. He loves to tell jokes, and when I spend time with him, I feel relaxed. The weather. Today the sky is blue and clear. The air feels hot on my skin, and the sun is strong. I don't like the heat, but it makes me feel alive. See? This is describing, and every time you practice, you become more fluent. Now let's go a little deeper. Many learners only describe the basic things they see, but fluent speakers add more details. They talk about size, shape, color, material, feelings, and purpose. For example, instead of saying, "This is a chair," you can say, "This is a small wooden chair. It is light, easy to move, and comfortable to sit on." With just a few extra words, your description becomes rich and clear. Here's a tip. Start noticing English around you. When you watch movies, listen to how native speakers describe things. When you read books, look at the adjectives. Copy them and practice using them in your own sentences. The more words you collect, the easier it becomes to describe anything. But remember, don't try to memorize long lists of vocabulary. That doesn't work. Instead, practice in real situations. Every day, choose one thing around you and describe it in English. For example, describe your breakfast, your clothes, your street, or even your mood. Do this daily, and your fluency will grow fast. In the next part of this video, we will learn the most useful adjectives and sentence patterns for daily description. These are simple, powerful tools that beginners can use immediately, but they are also valuable for advanced learners who want to sound natural. Stay with me, because the next section will give you the exact words you need to make your English clear and interesting. Now that you understand the importance of description and how to use the 5 senses, let's focus on the words that will make your English powerful. These are the magic words that help you describe anything. We call them adjectives and descriptive phrases. Adjectives are words that give more information about nouns. For example, if I say, "This is a car," that's simple. But if I say, "This is a fast, shiny red car," suddenly, the picture is clear in your mind. The words fast, shiny, and red are adjectives. They bring the noun to life. Let's organize adjectives into easy groups that you can use every day. 1. Size. Words like small, big, tall, short, tiny, huge, wide, narrow. Examples: I live in a small house. The street is very narrow. 2. Shape. Words like round, square, flat, straight, curved, sharp. Examples: this table is round. He has a sharp nose. 3. Color. Words like red, blue, green, black, white, yellow, pink. Add simple variations: light, dark, bright. Examples: she wore a bright red dress. The sky is light blue. 4. Touch and texture. Words like soft, hard, smooth, rough, sticky, warm, cold. Examples: the blanket is soft and warm. The road feels rough under my shoes. 5. Taste and smell. Words like sweet, salty, sour, bitter, spicy, delicious, fresh. Examples: the soup is hot and spicy. The bread smells fresh. 6. Sound. Words like loud, quiet, noisy, silent, high, low, soft. Examples: the music is very loud. She has a soft voice. 7. Feelings and opinions. Words like happy, sad, excited, boring, interesting, beautiful, ugly, comfortable, uncomfortable. Examples: this movie is very interesting. I feel happy today. With these 7 groups, you can describe almost anything in English. You don't need thousands of words. Just a few in each category will make your English powerful. Let's practice. I will describe something using different categories. Listen carefully. This bag is small and square. It is dark blue. The leather feels smooth and strong. It smells new, and when I open it, the zipper makes a sharp sound. I like this bag because it looks stylish. Can you see the picture in your mind? That's because I used size, shape, color, touch, sound, and opinion. Now it's your turn. I want you to pick one object around you. Maybe it's your cup, your shoes, or your desk. Use at least 3 categories to describe it. For example, si c'est plus color plus feeling. Shape plus texture plus opinion. Sound plus smell plus feeling. Pause this video, try it, and then continue. Let's go a little deeper. Many learners know adjectives, but they don't know how to put them together in the right order. In English, adjectives usually follow this order: opinion, beautiful, interesting; size, small, big; age, new, old; shape, round, square; color, red, blue, material, wooden, plastic, metal, purpose, cooking pot, running shoes. This order may sound difficult, but with practice, it becomes natural. For example, a beautiful, small, old, round wooden table, comfortable, big, black leather sofa. Notice how natural it sounds when you follow this order. Here's a tip. Don't try to remember the whole list right away. Just start with opinion, size, and color. That's enough for most daily conversations. Later, you can add more details. Let's practice with some sentences. Listen and repeat after me. I bought a small red car. She lives in a beautiful old house. He wears a big black jacket. Great. You're already sounding more natural. Now let's connect these adjectives into full sentences and paragraphs. Watch how I describe my favorite cafe. My favorite cafe is small and cozy. The walls are painted light yellow, and the chairs are wooden with soft cushions. The air smells of fresh coffee and sweet bread. The music is soft and relaxing. When I sit there, I feel comfortable and happy, and I always enjoy my time. See how natural that is? It's simple, but it makes the listener feel like they are inside the cafe with me. Let's practice another one together, describing a park. The park is large and green. There are tall trees with wide branches, and the grass feels soft under my feet. Birds sing loudly in the morning, and children laugh as they play. The air is fresh, and the sky looks bright blue. I love going to the park because it makes me feel peaceful. This is exactly how you can describe anything. Notice, I didn't use complicated grammar. I just used adjectives and connected them with and, because, or simple sentences. This is the key. Keep it simple, but be detailed. Here's a short exercise for you. I will give you 3 topics. Try to describe each one in 4 or 5 sentences, using adjectives from at least 3 categories. Ready? Your favorite clothes, your hometown, your favorite drink. Remember, use size, color, texture, taste, sound, or feelings. Add your opinion. Make it simple but clear. Before we finish this part, I want to give you a very important secret. Fluency is not about using big words. It's about using the right words at the right time. Even children's words can be powerful if you use them well. If you can describe a park, a room, or your best friend clearly, then you are already fluent. Don't wait to be perfect. Start with what you know and practice every day. In the next part of this lesson, we will move from describing things to describing people and emotions. This is one of the most useful skills in English because every conversation includes people, feelings, and relationships. I will teach you easy, natural sentences you can use right away. So stay with me and let's continue together. Now that we have practiced describing objects, places, and things, let's move to one of the most important skills in English, describing people and emotions. Why is this so important? Because in almost every conversation, you will talk about people. You might describe your family, your friends, your teacher, or even yourself. And when you describe people well, your English feels real and personal. Let's start with physical appearance. Physical appearance means what a person looks like. We can use simple categories: height and build, tall, short, medium height, thin, slim, average, heavy, strong. Examples: my brother is tall and slim. She is short but strong. Hair, long, short, curly, straight, black, brown, blonde, gray. Examples: he has short black hair. Her hair is long and curly. Face and features: round face, oval face, big eyes, small nose, full lips. Examples: she has big brown eyes and a small nose. He has a round face and short beard. Clothes and style: casual, formal, smart, simple, colorful. Examples: he always wears casual clothes. She likes colorful dresses. Now, let's put it all together. Listen to this description. My best friend is medium height and slim. She has long, straight brown hair and big, bright eyes. Her face is oval, and she often wears casual jeans and a t-shirt. She looks friendly and kind. See? With just a few simple adjectives, the picture becomes clear. Next, let's describe personality. Personality means how a person acts or behaves. Here are some easy words to start with: positive, kind, friendly, funny, smart, polite, hardworking, confident. Negative: lazy, rude, selfish, shy, boring, noisy. Examples: my teacher is very kind and helpful. My cousin is lazy, but he is also very funny. Let's describe a person with both appearance and personality. My father is tall and strong. He has short black hair and a serious face. He usually wears simple shirts and trousers. He is very hardworking and responsible, but he is also gentle and caring with the family. Notice how this description feels complete. You can imagine both what he looks like and who he is. Now, let's move to emotions. Emotions are feelings like happy, sad, angry, excited, or nervous. These words are very common in daily conversation. Let's practice. I feel happy today because the sun is shining. She was nervous before the exam. They are excited about the trip. Emotions are powerful because they connect to real life. When you talk about feelings, your English becomes natural. Let's practice describing emotions in detail. For example, instead of just saying, I am happy, you can say, I feel very happy today. I woke up early, the weather is beautiful, and I had a delicious breakfast. Everything makes me smile. Instead of I am tired, say, I feel so tired. My eyes are heavy, my body feels weak, and I just want to sleep. See how simple words create strong images? That's the secret. Here's a short exercise. Describe how you feel right now. Use at least 3 sentences. For example, I feel relaxed. My mind is calm, and I am enjoying this lesson. I feel motivated to keep practicing. Take a moment, say your sentences out loud, and then continue. Now let's practice describing people in different situations. I will give you a model. and then you try. Example 1. Describing a family member. My sister is short and slim. She has long black hair and always wears glasses. She is shy with strangers, but with family, she is very funny and talkative. I love spending time with her. Example 2. Describing a famous person. Taylor Swift is tall and slim. She has blonde hair and a beautiful smile. She is confident on stage, and her songs are very emotional. Many people admire her personality and talent. Example 3. Describing yourself. I am medium height with short brown hair. I usually wear simple clothes like jeans and a t-shirt. I am hardworking and friendly, but sometimes I feel shy in big groups. I always try to improve myself. Now it's your turn. Pick one family member, one famous person, and yourself. Describe each one in 4 or 5 sentences. Use appearance, personality, and emotions if you can. Here's an important tip. When you describe people, I don't just talk about how they look. Talk about how they make you feel. For example, my grandmother has gray hair and a gentle smile. When I sit with her, I feel safe and warm. This makes your English powerful and emotional. Another useful skill is describing people in comparison. For example, my brother is taller than me. She is more confident than her classmates. This actor is funnier than the other one. Comparisons make your description richer and more interesting. Now, let's combine everything into a longer description. Listen carefully. My best friend is tall and slim. She has long black hair and bright eyes. She usually dresses in colorful clothes, and she looks cheerful every day. She is friendly and always helps her classmates. When I talk to her, I feel comfortable, and she makes me laugh. Compared to many people I know, she is the most positive and supportive friend. Can you hear how complete and natural that sounds? That's exactly how you can speak English fluently when you describe people. Here's your final practice for this part. Answer these 3 questions out loud. How would you describe your teacher? How would you describe your best friend's personality? How would you describe how you feel before an exam or before a holiday? Pause, answer, and then replay the video. In the next part of this lesson, we will move from describing people and emotions to describing daily activities and routines. This is extremely useful because most conversations in English are about what you do every day. Waking up, eating, working, studying, relaxing. I will show you how to describe your day in fluent, simple English so you can have real conversations. Stay with me and let's continue. Now that we know how to describe people and emotions, let's move to something even more practical. Describing daily activities and routines. This is one of the most useful skills for speaking English fluently because in real life, people often ask questions like, what do you do every day? What is your morning routine? How do you usually spend your weekends? If you can describe your day clearly, you will always have something to say in a conversation. Let's begin with a simple structure. To describe your day, follow these steps. Start with the time. Morning, afternoon, evening, night. Say the activity in simple present tense. Add details. Where, with whom, and how you feel. For example, in the morning, I wake up at 7 a.m. I brush my teeth and wash my face. Then I eat breakfast in the kitchen with my family. I usually drink coffee and eat bread. After breakfast, I feel ready to start the day. Do you see how natural and simple that is? You don't need difficult grammar. Just connect short sentences. Let's continue with the afternoon. In the afternoon, I go to work. I usually work on my computer and attend meetings. Sometimes I feel tired, but I also feel productive. I eat lunch with my colleagues, and we often talk about news or sports. And now the evening. In the evening, I return home. I relax, watch TV, or read a book. Sometimes I cook dinner with my family. After dinner, I talk with my parents or call a friend. This makes me feel happy and connected. Finally, the night. At night, I prepare for bed. I brush my teeth again, check my phone, and plan my schedule for tomorrow. I usually go to sleep at 11 p.m. I feel relaxed and ready for a new day. That's a complete description of a daily routine. Very simple, very natural. Now let's practice describing different parts of the day with more vocabulary. Morning activities. Wake up, get up, wash, brush, shower, eat breakfast, drink coffee, go to school, go to work. Examples. I wake up at 6 o'clock. I take a quick shower. I eat rice and eggs for breakfast. Afternoon activities. Work, study, eat lunch, take a nap, meet friends, go shopping. Examples. I usually eat lunch at 12:30. I sometimes take a short nap. I go shopping in the afternoon. Evening activities. Relax, cook, eat dinner, exercise, watch TV, play games, read. Examples. I cook dinner with my mom. I watch English videos on YouTube. I exercise in the park. Night activities. Finish homework. Prepare clothes. Talk to family. Go to bed. Examples. I finish my homework at night. I prepare my clothes for tomorrow. I usually go to bed at 10:30. Now, let's combine this into a natural description. Listen. Every morning, I wake up at 6:30. I brush my teeth and wash my face. Then I have breakfast with my family. After that, I go to work. In the afternoon, I work on my computer, write emails, and attend meetings. I eat lunch with my coworkers, and we enjoy talking together. In the evening, I go home and relax. Sometimes I exercise, sometimes I cook dinner, and sometimes I just watch TV. At night, I prepare my clothes for the next day, check my phone, and go to bed around 11. This is my typical day. Can you feel how complete that sounds? With this kind of routine, you can answer almost any question about daily life. Here's an exercise for you. Describe your day in 3 parts: morning, afternoon, and evening. Use at least 3 sentences for each part. For example, morning. I wake up at 7, I drink tea, I go to school. Afternoon. I eat lunch at 12. I study math. I meet my friends. Evening. I eat dinner. I watch TV. I sleep at 10. Even this simple level is already enough for basic conversation. But let's go further. You can make your daily description more interesting by adding details about time, place, and feelings. Compare these two sentences. I eat lunch. I eat lunch at 12, 30 inches the cafeteria with my friends. We usually eat noodles and laugh together. Which one is more interesting? The second one, because it gives time, place, people, and feeling. That is the secret. Small details make your English sound fluent. Here are some useful time expressions you can add. In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night, every day, usually, sometimes, often, always, never. At 2 o'clock, at noon, at midnight. Examples. I usually wake up at 7 inches the morning. I sometimes go shopping in the evening. I never eat dinner after tea. Practice using these time expressions. They will make your descriptions sound more natural. Now, let's practice with weekends. Many people like to talk about weekends in English. Here's an example. On weekends, I wake up later than usual. I often go out with friends or spend time with my family. Sometimes I go to the park or the shopping mall. I also like to watch movies or play games. Weekends make me feel relaxed and happy. See? Very simple but very clear. Here's a challenge for you. Answer these questions out loud. What time do you usually wake up? What do you do in the afternoon? How do you usually spend your weekends? Say your answers with full sentences. Don't just say, "Sheedom o'clock," or "study." Say, "I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. I study in the afternoon. On weekends, I play football with my friends." This is how you build fluency. Before we end this part, here's one more important tip. Don't try to memorize long routines. Instead, practice describing your real life. Every day, talk about what you did yesterday or what you will do tomorrow. For example, yesterday I woke up at 6. I studied English, then I met a friend. Tomorrow I will go shopping. I will buy clothes and food. By practicing real life, your English will feel natural and personal. In the next part of this lesson, we will focus on describing places and environments, your home, your city, a park, a restaurant, or even a country. This is very useful because people often ask, "Where are you from?" Or, "Can you tell me about your hometown?" I will teach you easy words and patterns to describe any place fluently. Stay with me, because this will make your speaking much more interesting. In the last part, we practiced describing daily routines. Now let's move to another powerful skill, describing places and environments. Why is this important? Because in almost every conversation, someone will ask you, "Where do you live? What is your hometown like? Can you describe your house, your city, or your country?" If you can describe places clearly, you will sound confident and fluent. Let's begin with simple categories for describing places. 1. Size and location. Small, big, large, tiny, crowded, quiet, busy, peaceful. Examples. My hometown is small but beautiful. The city is big and crowded. 2. Appearance. Modern, old, traditional, clean, dirty, colorful, green. Examples. This building is very modern. The park is clean and green. 3. Weather and environment. Hot, cold, warm, cool, rainy, sunny, dry, wet. Examples. The weather is hot and sunny in the summer. It often rains in my city. 4. Feelings and opinions. Comfortable, relaxing, exciting, boring, noisy, friendly. Examples. The countryside is peaceful and relaxing. The city is exciting but noisy. Now let's combine these into a full description. Listen carefully. My hometown is small and quiet. It is surrounded by green rice fields and tall mountains. The weather is warm most of the year, and the air feels fresh and clean. The people are friendly, and the town feels safe. I love my hometown because it is peaceful and beautiful. See? That's a complete description using size, appearance, weather, and feelings. Let's practice with another example. Describing a city. My city is large and modern. There are many tall buildings, busy streets, and colorful lights at night. The traffic is noisy, and the air can be dirty sometimes, but the city is also exciting. There are many restaurants, shopping centers, and cinemas. Life here is fast, and people are always busy. This is a balanced description, both the good and the bad. That makes it sound more natural. Now let's practice with your home. To describe your home, use these categories. Size, small, medium, big. Rooms, bedroom, kitchen, living room, bathroom. Furniture, bed, sofa, table, chair. Feelings, comfortable, cozy, clean, quiet. Example. My house is medium-sized with 2 floors. There is a living room, a kitchen, and 3 bedrooms. My bedroom is small but cozy. It has a bed, a desk, and a window with bright sunlight. My family spends time together in the living room, which feels warm and comfortable. Here's a short exercise for you. Describe your own home in 4 or 5 sentences. For example, my apartment is small but clean. There are 2 rooms and a kitchen. My favorite room is the living room because it is bright and comfortable. Now let's describe a favorite place. It could be a cafe, a park, a restaurant, or a library. Listen to this example. My favorite cafe is small and cozy. The walls are light yellow, and there are wooden tables with soft chairs. It smells like fresh coffee and sweet cakes. The music is soft, and the atmosphere is relaxing. I love this cafe because I can study or talk with friends in peace. Do you notice something? I use the 5 senses again. Sight, light yellow walls. Smell, fresh coffee. Sound, soft music. Touch, soft chairs, and feeling relaxing atmosphere. Using senses always makes your description stronger. Let's try describing a park. The park is large and green. There are tall trees, wide paths, and colorful flowers. Birds sing loudly in the morning, and children play happily. The air feels fresh, and the sun shines through the leaves. I love walking in the park because it makes me feel calm and healthy. Now let's practice describing a country. For example, the United States. The United States is a very large country with many different landscapes. There are big cities with tall buildings, but also small towns and quiet villages. The weather changes a lot. Hot in the south, cold in the north, and dry in the west. The culture is diverse because people come from many different backgrounds. Life is exciting, but it can also be very busy. Or Japan? Japan is a beautiful country. It has modern cities with bright lights and technology, but also traditional villages with temples and gardens. The weather is different in each season. Spring has cherry blossoms. Summer is hot, autumn is colorful, and winter is snowy. Japanese people are polite and hardworking. The country feels both modern and traditional at the same time. You see, describing a country is just like describing a town or a city. Use size, appearance, weather, and culture. Here's an exercise. Choose one place that is special to you. It could be your home, your school, your city, or your country. Describe it in 5 to 6 sentences. Use at least 3 categories: size, appearance, and feelings. For example, my school is big and modern. It has many classrooms and a large library. The teachers are friendly and the students are hardworking. The school is always clean and bright. I enjoy studying there because it feels like a second home. Before we finish this part, let's review some useful sentence patterns for describing places. My hometown is, this place is, there are, it feels, I love this place because, simple, right? These patterns are enough to describe any place in English. Now here's a quick challenge. I will ask 3 questions and you answer in full sentences. Can you describe your home? What is your hometown like? Can you describe a place you love to visit? Pause, answer, and then continue. In the next part of this lesson, we will focus on describing events and experiences. This is very useful because in conversations, people often ask, "How was your holiday?" or "What happened at the party?" I will teach you how to describe past experiences clearly using simple words and natural sentences. Stay with me because this will make your English even more fluent. In the last part, we practice describing places and environments. Now, let's focus on another very important skill, describing events and experiences. Why is this important? Because in real conversations, people often ask questions like, "How was your weekend? What did you do on your holiday? How was the party?" If you can answer these questions with clear and interesting sentences, your English will sound more natural. Let's start with a simple rule. When you describe an event or experience, always tell it in order beginning, middle, and end. This helps your listener follow your story. Here's a simple structure you can use. Say when and where the event happened. Describe what happened step by step. Share your feelings and opinions. Now let's practice with examples. Example 1. A holiday trip. Last summer, I went to the beach with my family. The weather was sunny and hot, and the sea looked beautiful. We swam in the water, played on the sand, and ate delicious seafood. At night, we walked along the beach and watched the stars. It was a wonderful trip, and I felt very happy and relaxed. Notice how this story has a beginning. Last summer, I went to the beach, a middle swimming, playing, eating, and an ending. I felt happy and relaxed. Example 2. A birthday party. Yesterday, I went to my friend's birthday party. It was in her house, and many classmates were there. We ate pizza and cake, played games, and sang songs. Everyone laughed and had fun. At the end, we gave her presents, and she was very happy. It was a great party. Again, beginning, middle, and end. Example dry. A school event. Last month, my school had a sports day. The weather was cool and sunny. Many students joined the games: football, basketball, and running. I joined the football team, and we won second place. Everyone cheered loudly, and the teachers gave us medals. I felt very proud. Do you see? This pattern is simple but effective. You don't need difficult words. Just describe what happened step by step. Now, let's learn some useful time expressions for telling stories. Yesterday, last week, last month, last year, 2 days ago, 3 weeks ago, in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, then, after that, later, finally. These words make your story clear and easy to follow. Here's an example using these words. Last weekend, I visited my grandparents. In the morning, I helped them cook breakfast. Then, we went to the market together. After that, I played with my little cousins in the garden. Later, we watched TV and talked. Finally, in the evening, we had dinner together. It was a lovely day. Now, let's practice describing a past experience with feelings. Example: a travel experience. 2 years ago, I visited Japan. I was very excited because it was my first time traveling abroad. At first, I felt a little nervous because everything was new. But then I visited Tokyo and saw the bright lights and tall buildings. I ate sushi and ramen, which were delicious. I also visited temples and gardens, which were peaceful. At the end of the trip, I felt both happy and sad happy because of the memories, but sad because I had to leave. Adding feelings makes your story more interesting. Instead of just saying what happened, you explain how you felt. Now, let's practice with bad experiences too. Not all events are perfect, right? Example: a bad holiday. Last year, I planned a trip to the mountains, but the weather was terrible. It rained every day, and the wind was very strong. We couldn't go hiking or sightseeing. We stayed inside the hotel most of the time, feeling bored and disappointed. It was not a good trip. Notice the difference. Positive and negative experiences. Both are useful in real conversations. Let's practice with some common events. 1. Watching a movie. Last night, I watched a movie with my friends. The story was exciting and the actors were great. We laughed a lot and enjoyed the film. After the movie, we went to a cafe and talked about it. I had a wonderful evening. 2. A festival. Last month, my town had a music festival. Many bands played live music, and the streets were full of people. The lights were colorful, and the music was loud. Everyone danced and sang together. I felt excited and energetic. It was the best festival I've ever joined. 3. A school trip. 2 weeks ago, we went on a school trip to the museum. I learned about history and saw many interesting objects. My teacher explained everything clearly, and I took a lot of notes. After the visit, we had lunch in the park. It was fun and educational. Now let's do a short exercise. I will ask you 3 questions. Pause, answer them, and then continue. What did you do last weekend? Can you describe a holiday you enjoyed? Have you ever joined a school or community event? What happened? Remember to use the structure: beginning, middle, and end. Here's a challenge story for you. Try to describe an event in 6 sentences. My friend invited me to his house last Friday. When I arrived, he greeted me with a big smile. We cooked dinner together and listened to music. After that, we played video games and laughed a lot. Later, we watched a movie until midnight. It was a simple but very fun night. See? 6 simple sentences, but together they tell a complete story. Before we finish this part, let's review some useful sentence patterns for describing events. Last weekend, first we, then we. After that, we, finally. The event was, I felt, because it was fun, exciting, boring, unforgettable. These patterns are easy, and you can use them in any conversation. In the next part of this lesson, we will focus on describing plans and future events. This is very useful because people often ask, "What are you going to do this weekend?" Or, "What are your plans for the holiday?" I will show you how to talk about the future clearly and naturally. In the last part, we practiced describing events and experiences from the past. Now, let's move to another important skill: describing plans and future events. This is very useful in daily conversations because people often ask questions like, "What are you going to do this weekend? Do you have any plans for the holiday? What are your goals for next year?" If you can answer these questions with clear sentences, you will sound fluent and confident. Let's start with the basics. To talk about the future, we usually use will for decisions or promises, be going to for plans or intentions, present continuous am divided by is divided by are plus 7 for fixed arrangements, Let's look at examples. Using will, I will call you tomorrow. I will study harder next week. I think it will rain later. Using be going to, I am going to visit my cousin this weekend. She is going to buy a new laptop. They are going to start a business. Using present continuous for the future. I am meeting my friend tomorrow. We are traveling to London next month. He is starting his new job on Monday. All three are correct. The difference is small, but don't worry too much. Use the one that feels natural. Now let's practice describing simple future plans. Example 1. Weekend plan. This weekend, I am going to the park with my family. We will have a picnic and play games together. In the afternoon, we are meeting my grandparents for dinner. It will be a fun and relaxing weekend. Example 2. Holiday plan. Next month, I am traveling to Thailand. I am going to visit Bangkok and Phuket. I will try local food, go to the beach, and explore temples. I am very excited about this trip. Example 3. Study plan. This year, I am going to improve my English. I will practice speaking every day, read English books, and listen to English podcasts. I am also joining an online English course. I believe my English will be much better by the end of the year. These sentences are simple, but they clearly explain your plans. Now, let's learn some useful time expressions for the future. Tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, this weekend, this evening, in 2 days, in 3 weeks, in 5 years, soon, later, one day. These words make your sentences more natural. Here's an example with these words. Tomorrow, I am going to the library. Next week, I will take an English test. In 2 months, I am traveling to Korea. One day, I want to visit Europe. Now, let's practice adding reasons to your future plans. This makes your answers more interesting. Example 1. Personal plan with reason. I am going to the gym tomorrow because I want to get stronger and healthier. Example 2. Study plan with reason. I will study English every day because I want to study abroad in the future. Example 3. Travel plan with reason. I am going to visit Japan next year because I love Japanese culture and food. Notice the pattern, plan plus reason. This makes your sentence longer and better. Now let's try describing dreams and long-term goals. Example 1. Career goal. In the future, I want to become a doctor. I will study hard at university, and I am going to practice in hospitals. My goal is to help sick people and save lives. Example 2. Personal dream. One day, I want to travel around the world. I am going to visit many countries, try different foods, and learn about new cultures. I believe it will be the most exciting experience of my life. Example 3. Learning goal. My dream is to speak English fluently. I will practice every day, watch English videos, and talk to native speakers. I am going to keep learning until I succeed. Do you see? By using will, going to, and want to, you can talk about the future easily. Now, Let's do a short exercise. Answer these questions with your own plans. What are you going to do tomorrow? What will you do next weekend? What are your goals for next year? Try to answer with complete sentences. Here's an example answer. Tomorrow, I am going to study English for 2 hours. Next weekend, I will visit my cousin in the countryside. My goal for next year is to pass the IELTS exam with a high score. Now, let's practice making a short story about future plans. Story example. Next summer, my friends and I are going on a trip to the mountains. We are going to stay in a small cabin near the forest. During the day, we will go hiking and take pictures. At night, we will cook food, sing songs, and watch the stars. It will be a fun and unforgettable trip. This story is clear, simple, and natural. Before we finish, let's review useful sentence patterns for talking about the future. I am going to, I will, I want to in the future. Next week, Chui, next month, my goal is to, one day I will. If you can use these patterns, you will be able to describe your plans, dreams, and goals clearly in English. In the next part, we will focus on describing opinions and giving reasons. This is very powerful because in conversations, people often ask, "What do you think about this?" or "Why do you like that?" If you can give opinions and explain them, your English will sound much more advanced. In the last part, we practiced describing plans and future events. Now, let's learn how to describe opinions and give reasons. This skill is very important because in conversations, people often ask questions like, "What do you think about this movie? Do you like this food? Why do you prefer studying English online?" If you can share your opinion clearly and explain your reason, your English will sound natural and advanced. Let's start with some useful sentence patterns for giving opinions. I think, in my opinion, personally, I believe, for me, I feel that, and here are some patterns for giving reasons. Because since the reason is that, that's why. Let's look at examples. Example 1. Opinion about food. I think pizza is delicious because it has many flavors and toppings. F. Or me. It's the best food for parties. Example 2. Opinion about learning English. In my opinion, listening practice is very important because it helps you understand real conversations. Example 3. Opinion about movies. Personally, I believe action movies are exciting since they have fast stories and strong characters. See? The pattern is simple. Opinion plus reason. Now, let's practice with some common topics. 1. Food and drinks. I like coffee because it makes me feel energetic in the morning. I don't like spicy food because it hurts my stomach. 2. School and study. I think English is very useful because it helps me communicate with people around the world. I don't enjoy math because it is too difficult for me. 3. Technology. In my opinion, smartphones are very helpful because they make life easier. Personally, I don't like spending too much time on social media since it wastes time. 4. Free time and hobbies. I love reading books because I can learn new ideas. I enjoy playing football because it's fun and keeps me healthy. Now, let's practice making longer answers. Example: talking about books. I think reading books is a great hobby. The reason is that books give us knowledge and improve our imagination. For me, reading is also relaxing, especially before I go to bed. Example: talking about travel. In my opinion, traveling is the best way to learn about the world. When you travel, you meet new people, try different foods, and see beautiful places. That's why I want to travel to many countries in the future. Notice how these answers are longer. This is important because short answers often stop the conversation. But if you give your opinion and explain the reason, the conversation continues. Now let's practice agreeing and disagreeing with opinions. Useful phrases for agreeing. I agree with you. That's true. I think the same. Yes, I feel the same way. Useful phrases for disagreeing politely. I see your point, but I understand, but I think I don't really agree because that's interesting. But for me? Examples: I think learning English is difficult. I agree. It takes a lot of time and practice. I see your point, but I think it becomes easier if you practice every day. I believe football is the best sport. Yes, I agree. It's exciting and popular. That's interesting, but I prefer basketball because it's faster. This is how you can make conversations more natural. Now let's try a short exercise. Answer these questions with your opinion and reason. What's your favorite food and why? Do you like studying English? Why or why not? What do you think about watching TV? Here's an example answer. My favorite food is noodles because they are easy to cook and tasty. I like studying English because it helps me connect with people. In my opinion, watching TV is good in small amounts, but too much TV is not healthy. Now, let's practice building a mini conversation. A. Do you like watching movies? B. Yes, I love watching movies because they are entertaining. A. What kind of movies do you prefer? B. I prefer comedy movies since they make me laugh. Another one. A. Do you enjoy learning English? B. Yes, I think English is very important because it's an international language. A. I agree with you. It helps us in work and travel. These simple dialogues show how opinions and reasons make conversations longer. Now let's practice making a short speech with opinions. Speech example. In my opinion, exercise is very important for everyone. It keeps us healthy and gives us more energy. Personally, I like jogging in the morning because it makes me feel fresh and ready for the day. That's why I believe we should exercise regularly. This is short but effective. Before we finish this part, let's review some useful patterns for opinions. I think because, in my opinion, personally, I believe. For me, since the reason is that's why, if you use these patterns, you can give your opinion clearly in any conversation. In the next part, we will focus on describing habits and routines. This is very useful because when you meet new people, they often ask, "What do you usually do every day?" Or, "What's your daily routine?" I will show you how to answer with natural English sentences. In the last part, we practiced giving opinions and explaining reasons. Now, let's focus on another important skill, describing habits and daily routines. This is useful because when you meet new people, they often ask, "What do you usually do every day? What's your morning routine? Do you have any hobbies or habits?" If you can answer these questions clearly, you will sound confident and fluent. Let's start with the basics. To describe routines, we use the present simple tense. Examples: I wake up at 6 a.m. She goes to school every day. They watch TV in the evening. To make your sentences more natural, you should use frequency words: always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, never. Examples: I always brush my teeth in the morning. She usually takes the bus to work. They often play football after school. I sometimes eat fast food. He rarely watches TV. I never smoke. Now let's build a daily routine story. Example: a student's routine. On weekdays, I usually wake up at 6:30 a.m. First, I brush my teeth and wash my face. Then, I eat breakfast with my family. At 7:30, I go to school. I study until the afternoon. After school, I sometimes play football with my friends. In the evening, I do my homework, have dinner, and relax. Finally, I go to bed at 10 p.m. This story is simple, but it shows a full daily routine. Now let's practice describing morning routines. Examples: I usually wake up early. I drink a glass of water. I take a shower and get dressed. I eat breakfast and drink coffee. I leave home at 8 a.m. Mini story. In the morning, I always wake up at 6 o'clock. I make my bed, brush my teeth, and take a shower. Then, I eat breakfast and check my phone. At 7:30, I leave for work. Now, let's describe evening routines. Examples: I have dinner with my family. I watch TV or read a book. I sometimes talk to my friends online. I prepare for the next day. I go to bed around 11 p.m. Mini story. In the evening, I usually have dinner with my family. After dinner, I relax by watching TV or reading a book. Sometimes I go out with friends. Before bed, I prepare my bag for the next day. Finally, I go to sleep around 10:30 p.m. Now, let's learn how to describe weekly habits. Examples: I go jogging 3 times a week. I visit my grandparents every weekend. We usually go shopping on Saturdays. I sometimes go to the cinema on Fridays. Mini story. Every weekend, I visit my grandparents. On Saturdays, I help them cook lunch and clean the house. On Sundays, we usually go to the park together. Spending time with them makes me happy. Now let's practice with hobbies and free time habits. Examples: I like reading books in my free time. I enjoy playing video games after school. I often listen to music when I walk. She always paints pictures on weekends. They usually play football in the park. Mini story. In my free time, I enjoy listening to music and reading novels. I often listen to English songs because they help me practice. I also read books in the evening to relax. On weekends, I sometimes go swimming with my friends. These habits make my life fun and balanced. Now let's do a short exercise. Answer these questions with your own habits. What do you usually do in the morning? What do you often do in the evening? What are your hobbies? Here's an example answer. In the morning, I usually wake up early, drink water, and eat breakfast. In the evening, I often watch TV or read a book. My hobby is playing football with my friends on weekends. Now, let's practice with a mini conversation. A. What do you usually do on weekdays? B. I usually go to school, study, and play football with friends. A. What about weekends? B. On weekends, I often visit my grandparents and go shopping with my family. Another example. A. What's your morning routine? B. I wake up at 6 a.m., take a shower, and eat breakfast. A. Do you usually drink coffee in the morning? B. Yes, I always drink a cup of coffee before work. These conversations are natural and useful in daily life. Now let's practice making a short speech. Speech example. My daily routine is simple. I usually wake up early, have breakfast, and go to work. At work, I spend time in meetings and on my computer. After work, I sometimes meet friends or go shopping. In the evening, I relax, read a book, and go to bed around 11 p.m. This routine keeps me productive and happy. This short speech is a great way to practice fluency. Before we finish this part, let's review useful patterns for routines and habits. I usually, I often, I sometimes, I rarely, I never, on weekdays, on weekends, in my free time, If you use these patterns, you can describe your daily life clearly and naturally in English. In the next part, we will focus on describing people and personalities. This is very useful because in conversations, we often talk about friends, family members, or famous people. You will learn how to describe someone's appearance and character in simple English. In the last part, we practice talking about daily routines and habits. Now let's move to another very useful topic, describing people and personalities. Why is this important? Because in daily life, we often talk about family, friends, colleagues, or even famous people. People ask questions like, can you tell me about your best friend? What is your teacher like? How would you describe your favorite actor? If you can answer these questions well, your English will sound natural and interesting. Let's start with the basics, describing appearance. Some common words: height, tall, short, medium height. Body, slim, thin, average, strong, muscular. Hair, long, short, curly, straight, wavy, blonde, brown, black. Face, round, oval, square, handsome, pretty, Beautiful. Eyes. Big, small, brown, blue, green. Age. Young, middle-aged, old. Example sentences. She is tall and slim. He has short black hair. My friend has big brown eyes and a round face. My teacher is middle-aged and wears glasses. Now, let's describe clothes. Examples. He is wearing a blue t-shirt and jeans. She usually wears a red dress. My brother likes to wear sports clothes. Now, let's practice describing a person fully. Example 1. Friend. My best friend is Anna. She is tall and slim, with long brown hair. She has big green eyes and a beautiful smile. She usually wears casual clothes like jeans and t-shirts. She is very friendly and funny. Example 2. Teacher. My English teacher is Mr. Smith. He is medium height with short black hair. He wears glasses and often dresses in a suit. He is very smart and always explains things clearly. He is also patient and kind. Example 3. Family member. My mother is a lovely person. She is not very tall and has short curly hair. She has warm brown eyes and a kind smile. She usually wears comfortable clothes. She is hardworking, caring, and always helps me when I need advice. See? Describing appearance plus personality makes your answer complete. Now, let's learn vocabulary for personality. Positive personality words. Friendly, kind, generous, funny, hardworking, smart, confident, helpful, honest, patient. Negative personality words. Lazy, rude, selfish, shy, careless, arrogant. Examples. My father is hardworking and honest. My friend is very funny and makes me laugh. My classmate is a bit lazy. He never finishes homework. She is shy, so she doesn't talk much. Now let's combine appearance and personality. Mini story 1. My best friend John is tall and athletic. He has short brown hair and blue eyes. He is very friendly and helpful. He always supports me when I need help. Mini story 2. My little sister is small and cute. She has curly black hair and big brown eyes. She is funny and always makes jokes. Sometimes she is a bit stubborn, but I love her very much. Mini story 3. My boss is medium height and wears glasses. He has short gray hair. He is very hardworking and confident. Sometimes he is strict, but he is also fair and honest. Now let's practice with some famous people. Example. Actor. Leonardo DiCaprio is a famous actor. He is tall with short blonde hair. He usually wears elegant clothes. He is smart, talented, and hardworking. Example. Singer. Taylor Swift is a popular singer. She has long blonde hair and blue eyes. She often wears stylish clothes. She is creative, confident, and successful. Example, athlete. Cristiano Ronaldo is a world-famous football player. He is tall and strong. He has short dark hair and brown eyes. He is hardworking, confident, and competitive. Now, let's practice with a short exercise. Answer these questions. Can you describe your best friend? How would you describe your favorite teacher? What is your mother or father like? Here's an example answer. My best friend is tall and slim. She has long straight hair and a beautiful smile. She is very friendly and always helps me. My favorite teacher is kind and patient. He is medium height and wears glasses. My mother is short with curly hair. She is caring, hardworking, and always supports me. Now, let's practice a mini conversation. A. Can you describe your brother? B. Yes, he is tall and strong. He has short black hair. He is very funny and friendly. Another one. A. What is your teacher like? B. She is medium height with long brown hair. She is very kind and patient. A. Sounds like a great teacher. These dialogues show how useful describing people can be in daily conversations. Now let's practice making a short speech. Speech example. I want to talk about my best friend. His name is David. He is tall and athletic with short black hair. He has brown eyes and a bright smile. He is very friendly and always makes people feel comfortable. He is also hardworking and never gives up. I feel lucky to have him as a friend. This speech is clear, simple, and natural. Before we finish, let's review useful sentence patterns for describing people. He divided by, she is tall, short, slim, strong. He divided by, she has long hair, blue eyes, a kind smile. He divided by, she is friendly, hardworking, patient. My is because if you practice these patterns, you will be able to describe any person, family, friends, teachers, or famous people. Congratulations! You have now completed this full lesson series on how to describe anything in English. Fluently vertical bar daily English speaking practice for beginners to advanced. We started with simple objects and people, and step by step, we learned how to describe food, places, events, routines, opinions, and even future plans. Now you have the tools to describe almost anything in English. Remember, the key is practice. Don't just listen, speak out loud, repeat the examples, and make your own sentences. The more you practice, the more fluent you will become. Keep watching more lessons here on MindPop English, and together we will take your English to the next level.